Okay, today we are doing something. We're going to go through one of my students' essay and see where did he went wrong, but to make sure that you guys will not make the same mistake. All right. Pardon if my voice is a bit different. So I mean, I've been talking a lot for these few days. So let's go through. Okay, I think I'm waiting for you all to submit the homework as well for this one. If you do, and later we'll talk about this one here. Now, this is the one I just want to go through first. Now, effect of living a diverse society. Now, there are many way of doing it. Like one of them, you guys told me that you're using the PEE, right? So I managed to find one. I'm not sure whether it coincides with your own style of writing, okay, or your own style of a PEE. So has that, Ethan, turn on your camera, thank you. Okay, so what we have here is like chapter 6, for example, focus on the impacts of living in diversity. We can clarify this impact into positive and negative. So Haitong, where are you? Yes. So you can use this one, you can use the other way. I don't care which way it is. Later we'll show you another way, all right? So first you have the point for example, people interaction for diverse. So has a society become, so why not Haitong, you read to the class, then I explain how much. Let's go. Haitong, are you ready?
Yes, I just cannot find it.
Oh, Qiao Xing, right? Wow, your new hairstyle. Wow, steady, man. Purposely last minute on the camera and show me your new hairstyle. Well done, nice hairstyle, but I'm very jealous of you because I can't cut this hairstyle. Okay, sorry. Carry on. I don't come.
As societies become increasingly diverse, disagreements will happen, and interactions need to be meaningful to strengthen harmony, increasing willingness to live together.
Thank you. Do you think is the key point for this? The key words for this?
Uh, mm,
Sorry?
mm.
From the hair society all the way to live together, which keywords do you think is the most important?
Maybe interaction and disagree. Interaction.
Okay. Don't be shy, please. Don't worry. There's no right or wrong answer. Thank you. I will choose this. Okay, sorry, the way I circle. You see? All right. Then you see the different backgrounds to come together. Right now, please. Diversity got to do with 3H. One is a harmony. One is a healthy relationship. Then with a harmony and healthy relationship, Haitong, do you agree? Another third H. What is a H? 亮弟，很久没有 torture 你了，来。What is the third H? You have a harmony, you have a healthy relationship, right? What is the third H?
I don't remember.
No. I haven't really said that if I'm not mistaken. Just a wild guess. 猜一猜。你没有看 Squid Game 咩？猜一猜。
My English is very bad.
Huh?
I
Nothing to
can't think
do.
of any word that starts with H.
Okay, so you say your English is bad. It means what? Horrible also start with H. Is that correct? No. Just kidding. Okay, 不用紧. Let's read the second one. Then you will get it. All right. Thank you. Haitong, carry on. For example.
Harmony can be achieved with creating of common space, which is a platform for shared values and common experience to build a national identity. The People's Association serves as a bridge between the government and the people, promoting racial harmony and social cohesion through activities. That is learning journey house visits.
请问你同业，什么是 house visit 当然你读 the other way 是 visit the house 对吗？house visit 就是 visit the house What is the meaning of house visit？ 去问姐姐先OK， 同业你是姐姐，她是妹妹。OK， 姐姐，同业 ，What you mean by house visit？ OK 啦，你不要姐姐，我叫你 Auntie 同业。你打死我 ！Excuse me， 我这么老咩 对不起，奶奶，童爷。OK，童爷，sorry，我就是要这样讲哦，你才会笑吗？笑得比较可爱，不然你脸臭臭的，每次进来都是很 serious。OK，童爷，what is the house visit referring to? Important, please take note, Ray Zhe, Xingyu, and also Zhao Xuan, you're on the camera as well. Okay, you'll be
I
on.
think that people visit the people from the People's Association visit the house of the people, those ministers and the government people from the town council and all that, then they come to your house and visit and ask for feedback.
你怎么知道的？你有那个 MP 去你家 ，Hello，童燕你好，我是 MP， 真的。你是住在 condo 是吗
？No。
HDB。
Kind of, yeah.
对，他们有没有 knock knock？Hello， 你好，我今天分 mask 给你，你好吗？有没有小心 dengue fever 哈？要小心啊。
I don't think so. Wait, I remember pre-COVID got they have this coffee meeting or something. Then you can just go there, get coffee, and then talk with the people, talk with the minister.
Okay, well done. Who is your minister? Do you know?
No.
Okay, at least you can tell me. Don't tell me you don't know. Boy or girl, man or woman?
I think it's boy.
One
of them is boy. The one that, yeah, is boy.
Chelsea is laughing. Can I check your IC, please? Male or female? Is that Chelsea? She can't differentiate male or female. Oh my God! 还是你忘记 Where you stay roughly? Which area?
No, I thought the whole thing got a lot of different ministers, and then
no,
yeah,
not true. Depends. But which
one main one, the main one.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which minister? I mean, sorry. Which area do you stay?
Toa Payoh.
Oh, Toa Payoh. Toa Payoh will be I think it's Mr. Dr. Teo Chee Hean or Nguyen Hien. Okay. It's okay. So I know who is what. Okay. Yes, you are right. Tong Ye. Hi Tong. The house visit is all the MP, the advisor. Write down. The advisor, which is the MP. Please write down, please. These are the advisor, the MP. Of course, if you are staying in opposition party, your advisor will be opposition party. Usually, they'll go with the RC, the resident committee member, like Uncle Raymond. Okay, I will walk with the town council. You are absolutely right, Tong Ye. Sometimes the HDB, sometimes the police officer, sometimes the NEA. So they go house to house visit to get feedback right down, to get some advice. They say, hey, recently a lot of people have feed pigeon at my downstairs. Recently got a lot of people hanging around at the stone table at the void deck. Can you please erect out the stone tables and change it to bench instead? And they are now having this party after 10:30 drinking beer. So do you know this? Recently the car park, a lot of people park here. They don't stay the residents here, but they park here. So can you talk to HDB or town council to do something about it? Yes, house visit is very important. Because sometimes, even I'm doing the policing job, sometimes you have to go house to house. Can you imagine, Rachel, even your neighbor put a lot of potted plants outside your house, right? It's nice, right, Rachel? It's very nice, potted plants. But it become a jungle. Then, oh my goodness, it will have caused dengue fever, right? Sometimes because of the plant, right? Agree?
I mean, does it even obstruct the road?
Yes, the corridor. Absolutely, you're right. And because of this, they'll roll into the town council, HDB, the police will come in, the MP advisor will come in and talk to them. Hey, please, can you, push not so many potted plants? And what happened if one of your neighbors or what need an ambulance to go out? The ambulance cannot pass. Not ambulance. The what? Not ambulance. The stretcher. Thank you. The stretcher with the paramedics cannot pass through. It will obstruct them, right? It's very bad. Some even become Karang-Guni men. You know what's Karang-Guni men? Those red and bones are 那些收旧报纸的. They will stack one whole newspaper outside, or even all the cupboards outside. Fair enough, this poor people, poor lady, I'm not saying poor lady 就是穷啊. This poor lady has been poor in a sense. Nobody take care of her, so she had to use this to EKE a living. This right now EKE a living 就是为了三餐而生存. They have to do all these things. So all these house visits is definitely very useful to show there is a harmony, to show there is a healthy relationship or Haidong, right? House visit not only from HDB. That's why I just asked, if you are staying in condominium, they can't really go to condominium to pay you a visit, but they will go to this multi-purpose room, okay? Then they will invite the resident to come down, right? Then if it's landed property, of course, you will go house to house landed property. Very tiring, under the scorching hot sun, you go door to door. Hello, how are you? I'm the MP here. Recently, I heard that this neighborhood got some housebreaking. So we are giving out pamphlets to take care of SG Secure, all these things. So all this may come out. In fact, it's not may. Will definitely come out one way or another, right, Haitong, SRQ or SPQ, right? Welcome to Singapore. This is how we work. So how do all these things help you to implement in your real life? Later, I explain to you. One of the example is to implement in real life by working relationship with your colleagues. All right, right, different 种族. For example, recently, right, Jialing, remember that time we talked about the curry one? The curry, the Indian curry, then the neighbor was not happy of the curry. And then this neighbor was from China. They realized this curry the stench or smell too strong. Can you imagine, sorry, no racist issue. Imagine 那个中国的那个 couple 是在弄臭豆腐怎么办？乔欣怎么办？如果是臭豆腐，一个是 curry， 然后一个是榴莲。I tell you, the whole neighborhood， 难道是臭气熏天吗？ Right, 一晨 ，Are you there, 一晨？ Right, 一晨 ，Are you think this 臭气熏天吗？ Because 他们的种族有不同的煮法，对吗？ The way of cooking food, right? And then this is where you have to bring the very healthy relationship and harmony. One more H, okay? You got 3 H here. Got 1 H, which is I cannot hear harmony. Okay, I just short form. And then the other one is healthy. Okay, should know. What is the third H? Okay, this third H I find it is very important. All right, carry on. How Haidong?
This provides opportunities for people of different backgrounds to come together, interact, and share common experiences.
Yes, exactly. So in order to provide a very harmony, imagine Haitong, you 你刚刚上任3把火. Okay, imagine now you are the manager or you are the police officer, okay, or captain in the army. All right, then you go in and then there's some discrepancies among your colleagues or among your subordinates. How are you going to bring them to be harmony and how you build them to have a healthy relationship? The third H, what do you think? Jiao Xing? What do you think?
Happiness.
Yes, you are absolutely right. It's happiness, 对的. Write down. It's true. And to be honest, Jiao Xing, as a Christian, every day I will pray with this 3H. Pray for my family to be harmonious, pray for my family to be healthy, and definitely pray for my family to be healthy and happy. You are right, happiness. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please, what is the purpose of MP going round door to door and knock the door? 吃饱没事做啊，星宇。Hello， 星宇 ，Uncle， 你吃饱了吗？废话，你没有看我在吃饭吗？对吧，星宇？对不对 ？Hello， 姚毅，小妹你好。你在读书吗？废话，你没有看咩？我正在读书考试。Alright, now they don't just go house to house like that. They want to make sure that besides living in your family, there are some family within their family. The husband beat the wife, or the wife, very abusive to the kids. Got people like that, no? Okay, one day I was doing RC, but there's this couple really came down. They are staying block opposite block. He's saying block A and block B is opposite. They came down all the way and talked to us. Hello, you the RC. Can I tell you 每天那个对面那个7楼那个auntie 就会每天打他孩子读书。因为他们讲话不像是新加坡的华语。然后我就问他像什么？像好像中国的华语还是台湾还是马来西亚？My Chinese not very good, but I cannot see. Every time I beat the son, wow, the son cry like hell. Can you please check? You see? So we go down and check, and quite true. Okay, and we found out that child is a bit of special needs. Maybe you see, special needs. So we go in and then the parents do not know how to handle things like that. Yes, true enough, they came from overseas. Okay, which place I really want to mention. I think the bottom line is we are not saying whether they're from Taiwan or Thailand or Vietnam or China. Okay, as long as you come here, we are all Singaporean, right? So this is where the feedback and internally they cannot be happy already, right? Xiaoxing correct. Internally they cannot be harmonious. The husband say, 哎，我不管了，我整天做工，我都不在家，这是我老婆管的。See, so we have to talk to. We bring in write down. Can you write down? We bring in family counseling. The family committee, there's such a thing in Ang Mo Kio and Yishun. These family committees are coming. In fact, some of you, if you want to go to Polytechnic, you want to study this course of family counsel or psychologists, there's this type of course for social psychologists who help people with all these problems. So Haitong, you see, right? Not just, you see, just a simple thing like that. Well done. You read through all this, bridge them together. So when we hear this problem from this couple beating the son, immediately we bring out a lot of people to come in to help, to bring out the strong, healthy relationship. And true enough, after a few months, it takes months, 3 months, Haitong. You cannot be overnight to be so fast. At least, Haitong, we do something right to help, correct? We walk the talk. And true enough, the opposite neighbors, not the next neighbor, not the next door neighbor. I think the next door neighbor will be worse, right? 整天听他哭哭叫叫 correct. It's the end up is the opposite neighbor who complain to bring up the things, no surprise 海彤，亮弟 surprise 所谓眼睛不如镜灵，对吗？对不对？一餐也不见了我的一晨，对吗？眼睛不如镜灵 ，right? This is very true, you see. So well done at this point. If you cannot remember, for goodness sake then you use this Sorry Okay, so as a society become, then harmony can be achieved. How? This provide opportunity. Use your own way of doing things. Now this one actually can call it, remember last time I used it as, oh my goodness, sorry. Remember, I use this DERL, right? 海彤还记得吗？微妙还记得吗？同样 you should know, right? Right. Yao Yi, you know, Wei Zhe. Ziyu, you know, right? Ziyu. Thumbs up, I can't see your face. Yes, thank you. All right. So you see, there are many ways to learn social study. And for the history student, you also can use this same method. So Hitler is a dictator. Then he burned the Reichstag fire. Then he started the Reichstag. How? In order to gain popularity from the Nazis. Like, wait, get it? So you can use the so then how. So the Cold War was, so the proxy war was started between the North and South. No, sorry. So the proxy war started because of the civil war between North and South Korea. Then it escalated to the proxy war because of USSR and USA. How? It became unable to settle and end up with a 38 parallel. Something like that. Come out your own notes. All right, 你明白吗? That means 可以这样讲吗? Right in front of you is a buffet. Right, Ray, you know what is buffet, Right, Xingyi, you know what is buffet, right? You go and pick and choose which flavor of food that you like to eat. Then you 吃得饱. But when you pick, make sure that reasonably the answer is there, okay? So I did it away. Xiaoxing, you understand what I'm saying, right? That means you mix and match something, okay? Okay, I just, oh my God. How do I delete away? I got problem deleting this. Hey. Okay, thank you. Clear. Thank you, Haitong. Okay, clear, lady. Also, don't spoil your mood whether you pass or fail is over already. Not like the primary 6 math. You all know about the primary 6 math, right? Dang Ti, do you know about the primary 6 math? Nobody knows.
Yes.
Like
sorry.
I heard
Ivan,
of it. That was the coin question.
the coin question, right? Very stupid. They use PayLah and PayNow. 这么麻烦这么多钱去那边看 You know, one of the answer, yes, Ivan and Helen will be used PayNow and PayLah by using the card. Okay. Who will hell will take 2.7 kilogram of money to go to the shopping center? Ask the examiner. They say ask the examiner child to do it. Okay.
I mean,
Let's,
people do.
sorry?
People do.
Do what? Sorry?
Like actually take like a big bag of stuff. And
No,
then
no,
take it
that
to a
was the
bank.
question in the PSLE, my dear. You go and check. There was a question about Ivan carry 1.7 kg of coins, what Helen carry, then the total what coins, how much. Hey, hello, excuse me. Where got people carry so much coin and go around? You want to test people in this kind of math, in my opinion, do it at the higher level, like in secondary school. These are primary school, no?
Doesn't that way you can use algebra to do it quite easily? You don't need any
不可以。
contextual knowledge.
对
No,
they are not
You don't
allowed
need-
to.
you don't know. You don't need any contextual knowledge. You can just use basic math skills. I've checked it.
Yeah, but they are primary 6 students, you see, they are using model. They cannot use algebra. They are not taught to use algebra. I remember correctly, me if I'm wrong, there's some student, their brother and sister or their father use algebra to taught them. The next day they go to school, the teacher says it's wrong. Let's use model. A joke lah, Wei Miao. John came back to school. Monday, the teacher said, no, they came back to school on Friday. Why do you like math? No, because my teacher said Monday, he told me 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, Tuesday, he tell me, okay, 3 minus 1 is 2. Wednesday, he tell me, 1 times 2 is 2. The Tuesday told me is 3 minus 1 is 2. Then Wednesday, he tell me 4 divided by 2 is 2. Then the next day, he tell me 1 times 2 is 2. 1 minus 2, minus divide times. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday got minus, plus, divide, times. I don't know which is the correct answer. You get the joke? I don't know which is the correct answer. Can you get the joke? Huh? All right, so next, exchange of skills and knowledge. Take this very seriously because we're going to talk about one word start with S. Huh? Okay, so who shall we call? Yao Yi, will you be kind enough to read this? Thank you.
There can be collaboration and exchange in knowledge and skills in areas of research and development with overseas experts. An example includes the Biomedical Research Council under the Agency for Science, Technology and Research. Internationally renowned scientists and companies with expertise and knowledge help to jumpstart Singapore biomedical fields. Deeper understanding and appreciation can be developed from being open when we share with and learn from others. When people are open to learning and sharing with others, we would benefit from the enriching experiences that result from such interactions.
I think thank you, Yao Yi. I think we should thank the governments. A few countries I'd like to mention. Of course, my fellow country, Singapore, China, Japan. I would say US have to mention, and UK. These are the top scientists recently talk about COVID-19. Okay, I'm not interested going to talk about this Dr. Fazal or Dr. what from the US things are saying that the virus is from where here. I'm talking about the collaborations that they bring together to save humans, mankind, rather to be attacking people. And this A-star right now is very important because this A-star, if today Singapore do not see remember the hindsight, the foresight, okay, and the insights of the whole structures of the healthcare system in Singapore, we will have problem of this COVID-19 and the death rate will be higher. And I think because of the anticipation and participations, that the government have built quite a fair bit of a lot of hospital. Do you know that before I think in secondary school, many years ago, people would say, why Singapore is such a small country, build so many hospitals, build so many universities, why don't we build malls and things like that? See, the planning of this is very important. And true enough, thank God we have enough hospital at this moment to take care of these COVID-19 patients. Thank God today that because of the A*STAR and also the biomedical research in Buona Vista, that's right, the Biopolis Center, that we are able to come up new way of doing things, a new way of curing cancer or whatever critical illnesses. Now with that, Singapore become the hub of healthcare, and we also become the center of so-called in Southeast Asia learning. And because of this little red dot, so when our neighboring countries have like problems or in anything, you see, this becomes Singapore become the HQ, the base for people to come in and collect the stuff, whatever, to distribute out to the various parts in Southeast Asia. Okay, so this is like a very good thing to help not only the locals, but also to follow the word ASEAN. Okay, remember the word ASEAN, which is the 10th country. Now, I just type in, I rather type in the chat group. So here we are talking about Skill Future, WSQ, Ministry of Manpower. Okay, we're bringing a lot of expert people like, you know, the scientists, the engineer, the software engineer, coming out the token, trace together token, come up different type of software to help to do some e-logistic stuff in Singapore, and also to ensure that those workers, you know, recently, do you know, right, Panasonic,
Close down.
yeah, you know, Panasonic retrenched 700 people. So my friends, the husband is in Panasonic. So you tell me every day 30多个人还是40多个人 will go, you know, he had to talk to these retrenched people. And most of them is around my age, no? Or like your daddy, mommy age. No? 海通, can you imagine 40多岁50多岁 engineer 赚那个工钱 I don't know how much they earn 7、8千 忽然间一夜之间没有工作 they still have to pay rental, pay bills, then their children maybe in the hospital, hospital in the study, sorry, study all this 是不是要钱海通？怎么办？一夜之间没有了，700个。Not everyone is production. Not everyone is a blue collar, which is earning below 3,000. These are white collar, which is engineer, manager, supervisor, or designer, things like that. 700 to retrench, and mostly are Singaporean. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are the minister, now excuse me, 700 are the staff in Panasonic. And what happens if it's in SIA, another few hundred staff, another few hundred staff in another Singapore company? Let's say 700 staff times 4. You know why times 4 呢？ 因为他们的 family 嘛要算进去，对吗？ What happens if their wife is a housewife, the 2 children are still schooling, and then they need a helper, or maybe one of their aging parents, grandparents are staying with them? Correct or not? All this, you see, is a very big, though you are MP, how are you going to save their job? And this is where the collaboration comes in to ensure that, can you write down these 3L? Chelsea, today I want to test you, you don't mind, okay? Which is the 3L? 不要跟我骂粗话 There's Hokkien word for this. Okay, which is the 3L?
Not sure.
试试看 Anyone want to help him? Okay, I ask another person. Ziyi, which is the 3L? Ziyi, which is the 3L?
Huh?
3L.
You want wait for him. You want wait for him. Oh my God, Sinatra. It's Sinatra. It's Sinatra. It's Sinatra. You're like,
Which is the 3L?
yeah, this is why Zhishan cannot play Wim Song.
Ziyi, any idea?
No. He want
Okay.
wait for the.
Okay, anyone? Wait, sir, I answer your question later, okay? It's a very good question. Seriously, it's a very good question. Can you send to the group? Jialing, which is a 3L? I remember you wrote that before. Yes. Don't tell them. Xingchen. Rachel. What is that? What is that? Rachel, Jialing, what is that? What is the 3L?
Lifelong learning.
Wow, yes. Write down, it's a lifelong learning. Please write down these words, okay? It is very, very, very important. Singapore government keep emphasizing 活到老学到老. And oh yes, can you write down this one? Okay, we have learned a new skill for you guys. You are young or Wei so you learn the new skill, correct now, right? So for people who are still in the same job, but now they have new machine, 对吗? They have new machine, so they have to relearn and the new skill. 明白我意思吗？微妙。Okay, because if you are new, right, you come into this company, you learn lah, correct? Then after 10, 20 years, the machines, the technology changed, so you have to relearn, correct? Then the third group is that people like being retrenched. 他本来是一个 engineer 海彤，他本来是个 engineer， 他现在被 retrenched 了，他现在要去做 Grab Food， 他是不是要 unlearn to do customer service？ That's called unlearn， 记得啊，很好用啊。Okay, Rachel, very good question. Rachel asked if this question is very, very relevant. In fact, very scary, to be honest. The other supplier affected by closing down of a factory in Singapore, yes, it will affect, Rachel, definitely. Right, because I've been supplying things to the company and I thought it's a cash cow. I know, hey, nothing will happen. Never mind, I should be safe. 怎么知道 the whole company retrench and cut budget, cut this? Hey, that's it, man. It's just like behind me, this company that I'm working, eco-friendly. So imagine we are eco-friendly, right? So we are anti-plastic. So we sell those plant-based soy straw that is not plastic, straw that is made of plants, or the bag that is made of soy bag, not plastic bag. We sell to F&B. And because of this COVID-19, what happened? This boss said, hey, Raymond, sorry, I used to order, say, 100 kilo of this plastic soy bag from you. But now the times are bad. I have to retrench my staff. I have to, from 10 store, I cut down to 5 store. So now budget cut. So I also have to cut to purchase the soy bag and the soy straw and the soy cup from you. So sorry. So maybe every month I can earn about $5,000-6,000. Now I only earn $2,000. And with that, I may have to cut down my driver. Correct now. I say, hey, sorry, now you don't need to 1 week deliver 3 times, maybe deliver once. You say all these things, I don't need so many driver already. So I may also have to cut down my driver. So it's a change reaction. Can you write down? Collaboration is the change reaction. You're going to learn all these things in your body or whatever. If you're studying business, marketing, finance, logistics. Okay, so collaboration is very important here. Right, thank you. So to this point here, very good. You learn today, learn, relearn, unlearn, and lifelong learning. So collaboration keep on changing things to help to make sure you can you put down re-employability, continue to let people to employ again, right? Not because now you're 50 years old, 60 years old. You see, surprisingly, not because, excuse me, don't ever write this, auntie, uncle, go and work McDonald's. Okay? Don't write that, auntie, uncle, write McDonald's. Working as a part-time McDonald's or clean table. We are talking about PMETs. Okay, so the higher level skills. Okay. Next, I would like to show you another one on this. Okay, this is one of the topic in issue 1. We are using the DERL. Okay, I put it down here. So you see, this is one of the questions, reward for work, work for reward, means meritocracy, and this word here stands for meritocracy, ensure political stability in Singapore. So this question used to be completed and done by the old previous social studies syllabus, but it's still relevant in the new syllabus. So I was thinking, why not we use these one factors like the principal reward for work and work for reward, ensure political stability. So you see ATQ. So Haitong, where are you? Okay. So you see Haitong. So your SRQ, maybe since you're new, and the rest of you, you can use this for your SRQ, right? So let's see, who shall I call? The Chelsea, you read? Can you read to the class? You read already on this now? Do you read? No, okay. So we start from this three only. This paragraph here, the DE. Okay, let's go. What is it? Define the factor. Explain in detail. Let's go.
It means that a system of meritocracy is practiced. In this system, meritocracy helps to give everybody in society an equal opportunity to achieve their best and be rewarded for their performance, regardless of race, religion, and socio-economic background. This explains reward for work and work for reward is where the government selects the best talent to serve in the civil service, as well as to motivate to do their best. It also helps to serve the country and society as well.
Okay, carry on this one.
For example, in schools, pupils are given EduSave scholarships and merit bursary for excelling in their academic and CCA achievements. In 2006 and 2011, the government also gave out packages such as the Progress Package to people as a form of reward for Singapore's growth in order to motivate people to work hard.
Before your, that was maybe 10 or 15 years, I think when Lee Kuan Yew is still alive, they give out Singapore Telecom shares, 股票, for all citizens born in Singapore citizen. I'm not sure about PR. That means, in fact, my mom still have the 股票. So that they say, wow, I still earn a bit, but drop. You know, that kind of thing. It's just like you just get the share out of nothing. You're free. Then after that, you can sell away. I already sold the share away when I was in a very bad shape for financially. 我不是欠人家大的 loan because I was being retrenched at that time, out of job, so I need cash. So I use that stock market Singapore shares, sold it, get some money and pay some of my bills. So this is something like that. To be honest with you, right? This will help, to motivate citizens to work hard. This also to help that being a Singaporeans, we care and share. Right now, we care and share, and dare to be different. To be care and share and dare to be different. Okay, so what Tiao Sing has read is like, okay, it can be used for your history class children. So you can say that it means that the systems of what Hitler has practiced, or it means that the code CMC, Cuban Missile Crisis, then this explains that the Cuban Missile Crisis, for example, the Cuban crisis, one of the incident was the Bay of Pigs, for example. Okay, this means that the systems of the Treaty of Versailles is practiced. This explains that the Treaty of Versailles is not workable due to, and for example, the Treaty of Versailles was not favorable because the Germany finally later attacked Poland, something like that. So our League of Nations. Sorry guys, for those of you who are geography students, I just want to use this, also can be used. I'm not sure about geography. You can say this, it means that the river is this one, and then this explains why the rivers are flowing in these directions, or it means that this is a sleeping volcanoes, and this explains why these sleeping volcanoes work in this way. For example, Mount Fuji is one of the good sleeping volcanoes. So you can use that for geography as well, but I don't know how you can. Once you may tell geography, so I need to see the textbook, get the idea that I can implant into this DEE. And then next, ERL. So you see, remember children, if I were to make it smaller, I need to know too small for you guys. You see, this is the exact here. So you're using the DEEERL. Okay, Haitong 明白哦. So this is my method. So if you, this also using for SRQ, remember the last time extract 1, 2, and 3, okay? A bit more 说一点, but I find it worth it, more details, okay? Depends on what your school has given you, the formula and the methods to do SRQ. All right, thank you so much. Next will be Jialing. Will you be kind enough to read to this? How does this make people feel? Let's go.
Thus, with this system, Singaporeans feel assured that they will be given equal opportunities to excel and will not face unfair treatment because of their race, religion, and socioeconomic background. They also feel confident that they will be represented by capable leaders who are selected due to their talent.
Carry on.
As a result, with the confidence and respect of the people, peace can be experienced in the country as Singaporeans remain supportive of the government and its activities. This allows the government to continue making decisions that keep in mind the best interests of the people. Therefore, the principle reward for work and work for reward ensures political stability in Singapore.
Yes, if 每个都是一层，每个都是一视同仁啊，国泰平安，丰衣足食啊。Okay, and also 每个都有怎么讲，路不拾遗的那种态度。Meaning that this country has done the best quality for not just the top-notch qualities governments, but also for the citizens. If you have the chance, have the time, please go and read out for the Venice, why it was so successful beginning the booming periods for Venice, and why Venice was once used as a social study in the old syllabus. It was a very beautiful place, but later after that, Venice fell due to the Napoleons. And because after that, later the leaders was not just corrupted, but 怎么讲，得过且过，做一天和尚敲一天钟的， you know, just like, oh, never mind, we have enjoyed the prosperity and the peace already, don't care. But you know, you never let your guard down. Even they have their soldiers, but their soldiers are mercenary, paid soldiers. So all these learn from history, all these make you to be stronger, to understand the needs, that in order to have a political stability, you not only rewards people who are doing well for the society, for the governments, for the people, but also to help those who are needy. You never know. A lot of the past ministers came from very poor background, poor family background. And thanks to the Singapore government in the past as scholarships and bursary award, today they are very successful. I think some of you also come here with scholarships, with all these things. We are grateful to you, but somehow some people, I got ex-students, all this, who after study already decided this is not the place for me to study. I will go to other countries and 落地生根, to be there, fine. No, but at least you should know the 4 words I always like to use. 饮水思源, who give you the opportunities that let you to be shining. So here in this government here, that they really make sure that regardless of race, language, seriously. So I keep telling you guys, a country is more to the R&R, the race and religions. Seriously. And then the most important in any country is always religions. War started because of religions. War started because people cannot see eye to eye, that there's no meritocracy given, saying that my religions is better than your religions, or my race is more superior. But here in Singapore, all are equal footing. Right now, all are equal footing. Meritocracy is given a chance for everybody to shine, because like I always like to do, the care and share and dare. We care for you, what we believe, and we share. And we dare to do something extraordinary to take care of you. Very good example, ladies and gentlemen. We talk about the recent COVID-19 case, right? We really care for every citizen. That's why we share the free vaccination. 对吗, Razor? Razor, right? Free vaccination. And we dare to come up certain policy to open up like high, what do you call this? The lockdown, circuit breaker, and what high alerts, correct? High alert, 对吗, Haidong? Right? We dare to do something, 别出心裁焕然一新. But when we dare to do something, we make sure we care and share the citizen. We don't anyhow dare to do open up. Like you see other countries, I don't want to mention whichever countries, they just don't really care and share much. Or should I say they care and share okay a bit, or not to the extreme, but they dare to do something different for their own benefits and don't really pay attention to the welfare of the citizen, and end up what happened, a lot of death cases, right? So that is very important. The reason I'm sharing this one because with my student last time, because eventually you're going to be the manager of a company, a leader of an organization, a CEO of the company, or even some of you will become a police officer, a superintendent or army officer, or civil defense officer, or whatever, or even your leader in your own family. You need to be employing and you need to apply, to imply and supply your this knowledge in. You need to apply the method that you have learned. You need to imply what kind of strategy, and you need to supply the right condition to suit different needs. Okay. Next. Where's my coffee? Okay. All right. Sorry. I just got my McDonald's coffee. Okay. So guys, remember, you need to apply, imply, and supply. Got it, Hai Tong? All right. Now, this is, we just share. What if you guys really need this? Wait, give me a minute. Okay, I have a blank piece of paper here, this one here. Now, you guys can do it on your own now, okay? But if you want, I can put in the Google Classroom, or you can personally WhatsApp me. Uncle, I want this one. Can you WhatsApp me? No? Then I WhatsApp you, lor. Okay? So this is the one, empty piece. So 你可以拿来 practice， 你自己 create 一个 question 在这边，然后你就 ATQ， 然后 describe, explain. Thank you. Cappuccino is nice. Oh my gosh. I just spilled on my pants. Seriously, literally, I just spilled on my pants. 贪吃鬼. And now my nose got it. So sorry. Desperate. Can I get a tissue for me? All right. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. So this is the. I can't get it. Sorry. Thank you. All right. So this is a template. If you want, you can just WhatsApp me. I think you can WhatsApp me. Okay. You got my handphone number, right? Some of you. So you just, if you still can't remember what is my handphone, it is my handphone number. Okay. Next, we're going to go through this one. What does it mean for me to be a citizen of my country? So Singapore is our homeland. That this is where it belongs. So what is the difference between a house and a home? Tong Yue? Don't tell me spelling. The spelling is different, I know.
House is the physical building. Then the home is house plus the people inside. That makes it a home.
Thank you, Jia Tong Ye, or should I say bracket AKA Auntie Tong Ye? Angry already. 笑多一点，对。Okay, let's ask Uncle Liang Di. Uncle Liang Di, what is a house and a home?
House is a place you live. And then home is a place you live with, like, maybe your family. Like, you won't feel like it's just a place that you live.
You realize Singapore got this song, this is home truly, correct? Got this song 家对吗？家跟屋屋子跟家跟屋子不一样哦。乔信，你有没有发觉到？你没有想到这个字 house 跟 home？ Imagine 乔信 your son next time ask you, Daddy, what is a house and home? Are you going to say 平时在 class 没有专心听老师讲话I tell you, 乔信 next time your son 问你也是白问了。不要问你了，对吧，乔信 ？Correct. So be honest, just very simple. Always you have this, use the so then how. So what is the difference between house and home? 微妙。
House is just a building, but home is like a place where you have a sense of belonging.
Wow, sense of belonging. Thank you. Rita?
A house is like where anyone can live in. And then a home is like where you think you belong in.
Okay. I'm still not very satisfied with all your answer, but relevant. Thank you. Let's ask
They can
Hai
both be
Tong.
shelters.
The shelters. Okay. Basketball, football. You give me a good idea about something. Wait, later I will share. Well done, Rachel. Hai Tong, 什么是屋子跟家？
House is just a place, and then home is where your loved ones and the one you care about.
Thank you. Ziyi, what is a house? What is a home?
A place where you live.
There's a house.
Oh my god, I can't find it.
And a home is a place where you think you belong.
That's all?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. How about Yao Yi?
A house is like a physical place, but like home is like where you think like you belong in.
Okay. Thank you. That's all? Yeah. Okay, Ethan.
As in like difference between home and house.
Yeah.
Like house is like the physical place where you live. Like it's more like physical kind. Like it's a place where, like you spend. Basically, it's a place where you live. Home is like more like the mental state. I feel like it's like where you think you belong, or like which country. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Xingyi, what's your definition for love, please?
I think house is just a place you stay in. Home is where you feel like most comfortable at, where you belong to.
That's all. Thank you, sir. Just Jialing.
I think house is where you stay, but home is where you feel like staying.
Huh? Home is what?
Like somewhere that you feel like staying.
Okay. 乔欣，我问你了哦。Did I ask you? No. Okay. What is your definition?
Like a house is more of a physical location, and a home is somewhere where you grew up and shaped you as a person.
The way you talk, I don't like your style of talking. I really love your style of talking. 很窄嘞，你懂什么叫很窄吗？因为有那个气，一层雄赳赳气昂昂，对吗？有这个字哦，有吗？雄赳赳气昂，好像那个我最近看那个中国那个 National Day， 我的 soldier the way they mark， 中国好，同学们好，哇 ，tell you shock man， it's a wake up call to the rest of the other countries。风水轮流转。Ladies and gentlemen, your definition of house damn bloody solid. All of you can be architect. All of you can be architect. Charity begins from home. Home is where you have a good, strong bonding between your family members, where you have built up a harmonious relationship and a healthy and a happy way of doing things. For example, harmonious in the way that you and your wife, you and your husband, you and your parents, we are talking about you are now adults already. Okay, you build a healthy relationship because it's equal to the trust. When you go to a home, it's your home that you have a trust. That's why you stay inside there. You don't worry sleeping in the middle of the night, you wake up, you cannot attack by your father, your mother, or your brother and sister. That one different story, unless it's a birthday brush. Happy birthday, 同业，啪啪啪啪啪。你起来，谁打我？ Then 你看你的脸全部都是 with apple pie, cream pie. Okay, that is no, just kidding. Now, charity begins at home. It means that if you don't show love and care and share in a family, and dare to say something like, for example, if your brother and sister or somebody, or sometimes you do it wrongly, your father and mother dare to tell you off, right? Hey, boy or girl, please don't do that. 你这样做，你去外面以后给人家欺负，给人家骂，给人家打。So in Singapore, we treat a home because we want to build up, write down, please, ladies and gentlemen, we want to build a strong characters. We want to build the made in Singapore concept, made in Singapore attitude, made in Singapore behavior. We know that the moment you go out, people know that you're from Singapore. For example, if all of you go to honeymoon one day in Italy, in France, in Germany, or those countries, and suddenly you start to talk, "Ayo, so expensive one ah." Then they know that, oh, Chelsea, you're from Singapore, huh? Correct, you know what I mean? Hey, don't like that, eh? Wapiang. Then kiasu one, you kill so fast. Then you know this is a Singlish, right? Maybe I'm correct. So you're building a made in Singapore, a home that, you know, when you stay in this country, you feel safe that you're not being discriminated, being biased, being propaganda or whatever, you know, being prejudiced, sorry. That you know that this is a country where you walk on the street at night everywhere, you feel safe and sound. Okay? You feel good about it. You feel that you're entitled to the rights and privilege of a free man. You are now you're holding the pink IC that you walk here. Now you see, you do go to your friend's house, to your relative house at time, right? And then you stay at their home. Not their house, huh? You can say you stay at their house. You stay at their home because you're going to stay overnight, or you stay there, you know that you will not get attacked or whatever, you could not get poisoned, they put the food there and eat and let you die. I'm just going to the extreme. But you feel good that now this foreigner who come to Singapore, they know they're not being excluded, being xenophobia. Get it now, children? So a home is 3H. You build a very harmonious relationship regardless of race, language, or religions. I'm talking about Singapore example. The home, of course, is your parents and you and your siblings and your nai ye. And then we build a healthy, harmonious relationship, a healthy relationship, meaning that you want to make sure that everyone grow healthy, not because of the food that you eat, but the relationship that makes you that healthy, that when you wake up, you feel you're happy to be in this family. You're happy to be part in this family. You're happy to that, well, thanks, mom and dad. You raised me up. You know, I just watched the President Charity Show by Mr. Taufik who said this, you raised me up. Was it raised me up? Yeah. Okay. So get it out. There's this saying, Proverbs called charity begins from home, at home. Okay, so 真的，实际上不是为了说在外面炫耀，实际上是 charity 就是在家里怎么开。You see, recently, let me share with you. A father asked the son, "What have you done?" 爸爸，我今天帮妈妈做家务。乔欣应该是很乖的孩子，对不对？帮妈妈做家务来，做家务。You do not say 帮妈妈就做家务来。Ladies and gentlemen, it's your job not to 帮妈妈做家务。It's your job and duty and responsibility to do it. Remember the day when you are born, your mother and father say, 我帮我生你出来，我帮你喂你喝奶，我帮你换纸尿片，我帮你带你去看医生。They never use the word 帮你嘞。They are duty and responsibility to raise you up as what you are today. How can you come and tell your father and mother, say, 妈咪我帮你做家务啊，妈咪我帮你晾衣服，妈咪我帮你买菜，妈咪我帮你抹地，妈咪帮。That word 帮 is not really considered good. You should not use the word 帮 at all. You should be saying that I will do it. It is my duty to show Philippine. Wait, uncle, 你讲这么多道理 how to relate to be citizen? Yes, we are here not to help fellow citizens. It is our duty and responsibility to help everyone. Why should I say I help the old lady to cross the road? 难道你看到一个老太婆跌倒，你难道我帮你啊，老太婆？等一下你要给我 VIA point 哦？ It's not the way. It's your subconscious that, hey, this old lady fell down. It's my duty and responsibility now to make sure that she's safe and sound, right? We may agree. 还同对吗？ So please don't use the word 妈咪我帮你。你应该说妈咪来给我做。Go straight to the point. Do you mean your parents 跟你斤斤计较咩？海彤，以前我帮你带你去学校读书，现在你要帮我带我过马路。Imagine your mom is 80 years old. You don't say that, right? 妈咪我帮你过马路。You don't say that, right? 妈咪走，我们一起，我陪你过马路，对不对？我陪你去买菜。So in the context in this society, we 不说我帮你打仗，我帮你做 NS， 我帮你做志愿者。No. It is our duty and responsibility that whether you are from any part of it. When you come to Singapore, we don't care where you're from. If you are here, this is home, and this is where is your duty and responsibility. Even imagine 心宇，你看到一个 terrorist 警察先生，我帮你我跟你讲我看到一个 terrorist 要准备要炸死人，说我帮你跟你讲我 take picture， 我帮你拍照了然后你去抓他 ，you don't say that right? See, right? It's your duty to call 警察，我看到一个可疑的人 ，I found a suspicious person, please come down immediately. Or we see someone want to commit suicide, you say 我帮你那个要跳楼，我帮你打给警察跟你考生你OK， 我帮你跳楼See, you know what I mean? Okay, sorry, it's a joking matter, but this is out of your consciousness. So please don't say that, mommy, daddy, 我帮你做家务. I think you should do it with your sincere heart. Nothing will fall apart. It's not very hard. Do it with your original golden heart. You do it well, so people will take it. If you cannot do this simple task at home, to do it just like when you eat ready, you take your cup to wash at the basin. This simple task you cannot do properly, or you wake up, you don't fold your bed sheet, and then you just go off. Then 你妈咪 daddy 是真的儿子刚才我帮你折被他没有跟你讲帮你他只是讲一句，儿子刚才今天早上你很早出去了，我把你的被折好了，我把衣服洗好了。他很少用这个字，我帮你洗衣服嘞。Do you hear your mom say that？ 我帮你洗衣服吗？没有嘉玲，对吗？心怡没有亮弟没有，对不对？So like now same thing in Singapore as a citizen, you don't say I help my fellow countrymen. Hello, excuse me. We are here definitely to help one another, right? Right, 小新对不对？ Right. Cannot say I'm an NS. Imagine we are all Chinese here, so we go army Okay, 只有帮华人保护华人马来人、印度人你自己保重你叫你自己的同胞帮你，那个 enemy 的子弹来，那个子弹会看的。华人不打马来那个印度人。I tell you, this kind of country you better don't stay here like Chelsea. Correct? You see, that is the common ground that we work together. When we don on the SAF, Singapore Armed Forces and uniforms, we represent the country. So when we are at home, we represent your surname. You see Wu 对吗？Wu Xiaoxing you represent the Wu family, correct? Right. Of course, the only one surname different is your mom, correct, right? You cannot say, Mommy, because you are not Wu, sorry, 我不帮你。你欠扁对吗？In fact, 更要帮他，对不对？不是 sorry， 不可以用帮，更要 take the responsibility to 照顾。Imagine your mother when they give birth to you she lost how much liter of blood, how much suffering she went through for 10 months. How much of torturing of nights and days to feed you from the first year of your life to the 5 years old of your life, when you know how to bathe and how to eat, how to clean your shit. It's the same thing in the country when they started off, when the country was in the infancy stage, when they built up, your grandparents have built up this country for us. They went through a lot of shit and all these things. They really didn't say, I helped to build Singapore. It is my duty and responsibility and my task to uphold the democracy of this country and build up these constitutions of Singapore. Today, you have to maintain, to sustain, to obtain, and to retain the best reputation of Singapore. Sustain, yes, we know about it. Obtain the right value. Maintain the right peace, prosperity, and progress of the country. And to retain this 文明永垂不朽的名义Okay, so don't use 帮Okay. Now, function of this constitution is very important. It's the source of the government, limits the government powers, and guard the basic right. This take notes, even though it's not really coming out in the exam, but you need to know the government has certain constitutions to protect. If some of you interested in the legal law or business law, you need to know all these things. Why? Because this law now, ladies and gentlemen, this one is really to help to design a policy and issue a law, a regulation to protect people. Okay, to ensure that people has the right mindset to become a Singapore citizen. Remember, Hai Tong, you know about the assimilation, right? The front assimilation, right? 法国那个 assimilation. So if you cannot convince yourself to become a French citizen by not taking out your Toulon, you know Toulon, 马来人那个 Toulon, right? And then if you cannot wear your bikini to go to the beach and wear your swimsuit like that, then please don't be a French citizen. You cannot be inside. So you cannot obtain and retain that kind of thing. So please go away. So these are different cultures that we have to understand. So when you are implementing this kind of policy in your next time in your career, you have to weigh the pros and cons. That's why the SRQ comes in. Whether it's internal security or external security, is it important? In fact, 不用讲的嘛. It's just like your right hand, your left hand, which hand is more important? 废话，两只手都重要。如果有三只手更好，对不对？ Extra support, right? So it's always to weigh a bit of difference between the right hand or the left hand, because my right hand is more important because I use my right hand to write most of the time and eat. My left hand to scratch my back and take my nose lah. Okay? Okay. 同业有些心，这种东西要记。Sorry， 同业妹妹，对不起。I don't want to drop you this 微妙心语嘉玲。If you like to study law, you really have to memorize all these points here. I'm just sharing with you, okay? Right, you have to really memorize as much as possible. Okay. So now you know why those of you who study history, it's very good. Okay, you must memorize the year, the month. Okay, that this one just for you to understand. So what is Article 14? See, freedom of speech. Yes, I like to bring out this one. Please, freedom of speech, I think came out one of the questions in SPQ. This is Singapore for Singaporean only. 听过吗，梁弟? There's this message, Singapore in Hong Lim Park complex. You know the Hong Lim Park? Remember that time I showed you, Rachel, you want? That means stand in the Hong Lim Park and start saying about the government no good lah, why the government should do this. You know, right, the Hong Lim Park, where you stand there and give speeches. Now, this freedom of speech has a limitation in Singapore, not like in other countries. So this Article 14 tells you that whatever you say, there's a limit. You can give your freedom of speech. Okay, Rachel, what do you say? Wait, so are they more powerful than the government? Are they actually the government? Which one are you referring to, Rachel? I just suddenly saw a question, so sorry. Oh yes, of course. It's actually, they are the ones, it's like deciding, it's just like a parliament, my dear. They decide the thing. So it's through voting. Okay, Rachel, it's through voting. Just like at home, Rachel. So for example, your family got 7 person, just like odd number. Then if it's 4 against 3, of course the majority win, right? 所谓什么一层少数服从多数，对吧？有这句话是吗？少数服从有没有？有啊，少数服从多数，就是 the majority will win the voting. Yes, then if they say no chewing gum in Singapore, all vote against it, then sorry, the bill will pass and become a law. Okay? Rita, Ken? Rita, you freeze. Rita, are you okay? Rita? Okay, you hang. Rita, you okay? Yeah? Do you hear what I say just now? Sorry.
Okay, quite. Yes.
No, if not, I can repeat again.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I heard you.
Okay, so the constitution is definitely to pass the law to get voting. So if your house got 7 people and 4 of them say yes, by 11 o'clock, all lights must be switched off, all go to sleep. So you have to drive you out sleep. So this is like voting, okay. Painting of the wall of this one, this happened before. You won't be surprised if they come out a SPQ like that for set 4 students. What does it mean? And then you put that PAP, all this thing. So what does it solve? This is a true, real one happening. This is not Photoshop. I don't know how the hell they go up to the rooftop and do this. Some even my students say maybe they use the drones to fly there and spray it. It's very high, no? I think it's about more than 10-story high. And then you see, it's a May 20. So what happens if you come out this? We are talking about freedom of speech. Can they do this? No. Then even you see it blanco out this part here. You say saying the PAP what? So they show the grievances by doing this. Definitely it's not. It's spoiling property. And being a police officer, I'm telling you, if you do this, it's a very heavy crime. You can get caning. caning, fine, and jail. Okay, especially putting all these kind of things. It's very serious. So don't do that. So the purpose of this picture to show you that, you see, they bring it into such a way that they put their grievances to air in the public, to tell people that they are not happy due to what the government has done. Please, hey, hello, excuse me, if you are not happy, go to the Hong Lim Park and do it in a proper manner. Or if you are not happy, form an opposition party and then contest in the whatever ward and then discuss about the things. Be gentlemen, not doing all these things. You are destroying the properties of the public. Okay, and you know about this girl, right? Hai Tong, do you know about this girl? It's inside the textbook. I think I really, really, very admire her. I think it's a very miracle that she was alive when 2 bullets was struck on her head. And she did not die. Huh?
That's only one.
一个咩？我记得好像是2粒的，一粒哈。
小。
2粒好像记得是2粒，它嘣嘣 ，and thank God 她的 brain 没有中到。你看还这么漂亮哦，还没有毁容啊 ，never deface her. I think God has his way of doing it, and he got the Nobel Prize. I think it's true. All right. Whoever's are anti-women, they should not be the surface of this earth. That's my biggest anti of this, because against whoever say women is not important, women should not go to school, women should not do this. I think that person should not be in the surface of this earth, because it is important. All genders are all important. As long 你不是去害人、杀人放火，做一个不仁不义、不忠不孝的东西就可以了。Okay, so I think this is a wake up call. This Malala, who has done advocate to help women. See, this is one to make Pakistan a home for women to feel secure, safe, and strong. Strong in terms they have a voice to air in the country. It's just like at home, you have the parts to play and say no. So imagine in a family, I have ex-students, the father always drunkard, come home, beat the mothers. Okay, my student have to defend the mom and the sister by throwing the chair at the so-called lousy father. 我最讨厌男人打女人的，跟你讲我最讨厌。Seriously, 懦夫 coward is damn bloody coward. Then my student asked, so Mr. Sean, 女人打男人可以吗？可以。Any guys against? Please raise up your hand. I see. 海彤、子玉跟同业 you agree 哈？姚毅 also agree 女人打男人可以，男人打女人不可以。你不要跟我讲打是爱，骂是疼的。Okay, I think guys you are not happy with me, then too bad lah. Okay, right? Because our hand is very strong for guys. So let me come back to this. So this Malala is actually want to build a society that is conducive for the people, for the women there. It's the same thing that in Singapore, AWA right now. It's an anti, don't know what, AWWA. Right now, can you somebody Google it? Singapore got this AWWA, it's some women's associations. Okay, and this group of people, AWWA, if I'm not mistaken, right? And it's also advocate to women that they have the rights and responsibility to get certain benefit. Okay, so I was shocked, but you never mentioned. Yeah, I remember it's too short. The Taliban's ban educating. Why? I don't understand that. What happens if you come out with these source-based questions or SRQ? How are you going to answer these kind of questions? It doesn't make sense that why girls cannot go to school. I really can't understand. Seriously. You know, if your mommy don't go to study, today, if she's not well educated, then how? The genes will pass down to the next generation. It's true, right? I really support those people who open up school for girls, like Nanyang girls, Zhonghua Nizhong, all the girls' schools. Well done. Seriously, well done. Please, this is also part of your social study. 10 years of education in Singapore is compulsory. You know, like 6 years in primary school, 4 years in secondary school, or 5 years in secondary school. And then, of course, you move on to, now 10 years, I'm serious. Chelsea, do you know that if someone who do not allow their children to go primary school, they will go to jail in Singapore. Do you know that? Oh, yes, good. Wei Miao, do you know that?
Who in the right mind? Who in the right mind? Who in the right mind will ever do that?
Oh, let me tell you the true story.
No.
Good question. Hai Tong, do you know that? Okay. 真人真事啊. When I was doing my RC house visit, I knock on my neighbor door. I say, hey, hey, hi, uncle. Hey, this name so and so. Oh yeah, it's my grandson. Hey, do you know your grandson has not been going to primary school? No, what happened? Where is he? How to go to school, Raymond? I say, what happened now? I mean, I say, ask nicely. What? I asked him nicely, what happened? My son now is in prison. Oh, okay. Then the wife ran away already. Ooh. Then, of course, who is taking care of your grandson? Oh, but the grandson now follow the mommy, the wife for Wai Kong. He's not staying here. Maybe now you understand who has the right mind not to let the children go in. 对吗？所谓打破砂锅问到底. Always a two sides of coin. Some people who do not allow them to let their children study, the first thing is financial. You see, the home has no harmony already. The home has no healthy relationship. And with this 2H, 乔欣 was saying no happiness, 对不对哈？乔欣，就是嘛，那个家没有一点那个盖那个房子。Somebody just now Rui Zhe, right, was saying shelter, right? Rui Zhe was saying shelter. You are right. Just like 3 Little Pig, they built their house from straw to wood to bricks. That's a house. The infrastructure can be no matter how strong your infrastructure, but internally, if you do not have the 3H, the happiness and healthy and harmonious, even the brick house also can collapse. So just forgot about this, the shelter. Yes, we need to, house is a shelter. But when you go into the shelter, it's not about a bungalow, a big condominium, or a big HDB flat or small HDB flat. It's the thing that inside the bonnet, the habit. So yeah, who have the right frame of mind not getting their children? A lot, Wei Miao. You'll be very surprised. Seriously, poor thing. But of course, the children are innocent, right? And some parents don't know. I say, 我吃都不饱了，我哪里有钱? Then of course, after looking through their background, of course, we will not jail their parents lah. Then we will help them. We'll bring the MCYS, all the family as committee to come in to help. Government will pay the school fees. And thanks to all your parents, ladies and gentlemen, because your parents also pay GST, pay taxes, pay all this to the government will collect some money and help to defray the cost for these poor people. See, the government will help, or should I say the government will also take responsibility to take care of them. Then we can say help if you want to. But you see, you guys never help them. You guys never help these poor people who go for school, right, Wei Miao? But your parents contribute in one way of this money. It's a responsibility and duty. So then government hold on to this money to help, to take responsibility, to take care of these needy people. That is what you call meritocracy. Reward for work, work for reward. And that's what a stake for all, opportunity for everybody. Anticipate change and stay relevant. Leadership must be key. 所谓上梁不正下梁歪. NS, okay, we know, we talk about NS. Obey the law. No discrimination against people. So citizens may feel a sense of belonging to the country, and this identity, the identity creates a desire to be involved in the country. So when you are feeling home, you're feeling at home in Singapore, then you will start to give your opinion, you start to give your suggestion, you start to give your feedback, because you want to make this home truly a home for you to stay, truly a home for your next generation to continue to give birth, to have good future and career. That's why you want to participate. Okay, let's go back to Okay, let's look at this one from St. Gabriel Secondary School, last year paper. World most competitive economy. Singapore is ranked number 2. Xiaoxing, by looking at this, what is your first impressions come to your mind? This is SRQ.
Singapore has grown a lot economic wise since the independence in 1965.
Yeah, well done. So that's so. So Singapore has got 10. Then?
Singapore has put in place many measures to try to make the economies better.
How? So then how? Hey, a bloody red dog beating a honey bear, which is the United States of America, which cover the 2 oceans, 250 million of population compared to 5 million population. How many 200 times? Yet we are very close to US, and beat some of the country. How do we do that? So then how? How do we do that? What is the method that makes Singapore to be number 2? Step 4 student, take note. When you come to this kind of statistic, don't straight away just because Singapore is successful, therefore it's number 2. How? Deeper thoughts, higher thinking, far view, and what is the history behind? Xiaoqing?
First thing, when Singapore became independent, they attracted many multinational corporations to come to Singapore and invest in Singapore. Then for Singapore right now has relatively lower tax rate on businesses, attracting more businesses to come start in Singapore. And Singapore has a somewhat good relationship with many countries around the world, making business in Singapore much easier, and having a multiracial marketplace, meaning that your products have a higher chance of becoming popular.
You're going for JC or Poly?
JC.
You're going to study business, is it?
No.
What is your dream to be?
Not sure.
This 梁弟，你帮我找一个 occupation 叫做 not sure 的吗？帮我找一下，看有没有一个 occupation 叫 not sure occupation。by now you must be sure 嘞。你不要跟我讲，等到你17、18岁才要讲。Now you are supposed to be sure. What you want to be?
I have a general idea, but not a concrete one. When I grow up, I actually want to be a general practitioner doctor.
Okay, then I'm very safe. So next time if I'm sick, I see, is this Dr. Wu around? Yes, Dr. Wu is in today, then I feel safe. Okay, because the way you talk, very systematic. Yes, it is true that today, well done. GP, go for specialists. Okay, because you are so detailed on that, specialists will be good. I was about to say that 你可以吃政府工了. Very systematic the way you talk. It's supposed to be that way. But anyway, thanks for your sharing. You are right to say that because Singapore is the number 2, is the reason is they allow foreign talents to come in right now. They allow the way of free trade agreement right now. They allow the open of involvement, innovative, and investment. Well done. You talk about that, Xiaoxing. Well done. So as a doctor, the patient come in, so you have this problem. So doctor, I have a flu. So how many days you have the flu? Then do you feel chest pain? Do you feel breathless? Then do you have other symptoms? I think this one, a bit of cough. So how? I'm going to check you now. Open your mouth. I'll take your pulse, check your heartbeat. Then say, oh, no, I think this is a normal season flu. I'll give you some prescriptions. But if it's more serious, you escalate, and then you say, I need to do a swab test. Very system. You see, by talking about this word, most competitive, I can relate it to your GP already. Get it now? It's already start training your brain to be seasoned on how you're going to talk to your patients, on how are you going to step by step to analyze, to diagnose, okay, and to ensure that he got the right symptom to enhance him that you are able to take care of him, okay? And also what? To enforce that he must take his medicine. 对不对？他才会好。So same thing, you are enforcing to tell the governments in Singapore that why we are number 2, we are enforcing that we have a very harmonious people workforce, educated enough, and able to have the latest technology. And it's called the paradigm shift. We are able to shift from old ways of thinking to new. So 我们跟着潮流而走, we follow the trends. But we don't follow blindly, ladies and gentlemen. We follow in terms of, so what is the next step we need to take? Then, if we are taking this next step, how do we know we are able to be sustainable? So then how? Very good. Tong Ye, what do you think about extract 2?
What extract 2? Extract 2 is about Universal Studios. So it's like it shows that because Universal Studios is supposed to be in like it's not supposed to be in like Asia. It's like not started in Asia. So like it's from other country then come in to Asia. So it's globalization. It shows.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Is this globalization?
Yeah.
Yes, globalization. Issue 3. Remember TAXI or 调薪微妙孩童 issue 3. You see? 你就不会乱了吗？你知道这个是 globalization because it's under globalization issue. Taxi, TAXI. OK 咯，你这么厉害，讲是别的国家 explain to the class 哦，同业姐姐。
What?
Explain 啦 explain.
Explain extract 2. Like what impact of globalization?
I don't know what you want to explain. Like you see, sorry to interrupt you. Like just now, I did not tell Qiao Xing. He just based on his GK and CK, correct not, Qiao Xing? Oh, your GK and CK 记得set 4 student 不要看到这个就为什么你给我 Universal Studio 做什么？不要慌，不要张。Just make sure that you just use just talk like you're talking to yourself like that. Go. Rachel, you'll be extract 3, Rachel.
Universal Studios, it will bring in tourists, then it will lead to economic development of the country.
You sure not? You sure not?
Yeah, because like it says that it's Southeast Asia's first and only Universal Studios theme park. So like people around Southeast Asia will come to Singapore to like visit the Universal Studios because like it's the only one in that region, in like this region. So they will come in.
你看海童姐姐这样一直讲话，好像机关枪这样，哒，没有机会跟我讲哦，很过分哦，他哦，海童。Well said, man. That is the way. That is the way. The moment your train of thought coming 就是一直 whack 了，就是当你这样 whack， 你就是可以这样写了，海童明白吗 ？That is the way. She was absolutely right. Because the keyword is number 1, the one and only, the first and only. 哎，还要不要来看？快点来看啦，没有了嘞，除非你要去到美国去看，还是 Australia 去看。Come to Singapore. This is the first and only, and you let people to cut costs in the sense that you need not have to travel so far, 1,000 kilometers. Come here. It's a duplicate of what you're going to see in US and in. Hey, Universal Studio is in Australia, right? It's in Brisbane, if I'm not mistaken. Right? There are this Universal Studio and Disneyland is confirmed in US. Universal Studio is also in US. But I know there's one in Brisbane, okay? All right, well done, well said, exactly. Bring tourists. I don't know whether extract 1 and 2 will be talking about this later. Okay, well said. 同业记住在 exam 的时候你看到这样，不要直接去看那个 extract 的 answer， 从你心里的话讲出来，然后看你讲出来的话是不是跟这个等一下是不是牛头不对马嘴呢，还是真的是事事都是对的。井井有条 ，OK， my dear， Rita， what do you think? Rita, can you hear me? Rita, Are you there? Are you reading? 9:30 already. Please help me. Okay, Yao Yi, what do you think? You're set for, huh? What do you think about this? Ready, Yao Yi?
Extract 3. It's like saying like how the virus will affect air travel and then it will cause like economic impacts.
Okay, carry on then.
Then like because of the widespread of the virus, then it will cause like countries to like lose money. Like they will not earn anything because there is like no trade or like
can you put that? That remind me of the one word, no income. Okay, no income. Good. Carry on. What else?
So it's like it will affect everybody globally.
Yes, that's one to hear. If you affect globally, because you are going to issue this issue already, well done, globally, then you will cause economy, start with C, end with S. You will cause economy,
Crisis.
Awesome, that's right. Okay, thank you. You see, this little green color, pink color, 不是我写的哈，我的 handwriting 没有这么美。This is written by Ian, my other student, you see. So when he started to do that, I taught him how to do it, but not doing like that, but maybe he's doing this in the exam. So extract 1 suggests that Singapore has the most competitive economy in the world in 2019. In your opinion, why is Singapore economy considered the most competitive? Explain your answer. Okay, so somehow rather Xiaoxing, you have mentioned about it already, right? Just now, let's see whether the answer is quite close to yours. Number 7, extract 2 and 3 reflect on the positive and negative impact of globalizations. How far do you agree that the positive impact is more significant than the negative impact of Singapore? Explain your answer. So country economic growth, like this one, you bring in tourist attraction, what Tong Ye has mentioned, it helps to bring more money. And because it's not one and only, then you increase the tourists and boost out the economy. This one, as Yao Yi mentions, no, very bad because of pandemic. I think it's kind of very bad. It hit the whole world. Nobody will want to fly and nobody may want to come here. So they're asking you, so positive impact is more significant negative impact. Do you agree now? So citing of this one, culture versus negative economy. So I don't know really what he wrote there. What is the benefit? Let's see. Who can read to me? Can I have Ziyu, are you able to read to the class, please?
Hi.
Yes, thank you.
This?
Yes, one reason.
Sorry. One reason is because Singapore does not have natural resources and thus heavily relies on foreign investments. Without natural resources, Singapore is unable to meet global standards in terms of producing raw materials. As a result, we have to depend on bigger countries for the materials, such as buying oil from the Middle East. Thus, Singapore knows that it is such a disadvantage from start.
Yes, correct.
Which is why we have more drive and is more motivated to ensure that our economy does not collapse. Additionally, with the sheer resources we have, Singapore has to work extra hard in order to attract and secure foreign companies' investments. As such, Singapore economy is so competitive because we know that we cannot afford to fall behind countries, which will decrease our chances at having more investment. Being at the top of the chart ensures that more foreign companies will feel more assured to invest more in Singapore, hence propelling our economy even further.
Sad to say, he cannot complete the second reason. So this reason, he say that the point is X point. I don't know what this point is. It's not a point. And then say the competitive advantage. But when he showed me the essay, I agree with what he has said here. I think that's just now Chelsea. You talk about the multi-company coming to invest, right? And then maybe he used the addition there's some magic word task or hence or therefore as a result, right? I remember this show about as a result there, as a result here. Okay, and then you realize they use the describe, explain, an example about the multiracial company. I don't know why the teacher gave 2 points. I find that this is quite a relevant point by talking about how Singapore to stay more competitive, consider the most competitive, because there's no natural resources. So therefore, you have to bring in more people to come in. To, like, for example, Tesla comes to Singapore, and there's some oil production company comes to Singapore. He lacks the example for this one. Okay, thank you, Ziyi. Next, number 7. This one will be much better. Wei Miao, will you be kind enough to read to the class, please?
I think that the positive impacts of globalization is more significant as it improved the economy of Singapore and society of Singapore. Thanks to globalization, multinational corporations and MNCs are able to source for countries to set up more factories office there. By doing so, it will provide local Singaporeans with more job opportunities, reducing unemployment. Also, through globalization, it has helped Singapore overcome crisis. For example, when the
H1N1
when H1N1
flu 不是
broke
who
out.
不是 who 不是 HU 是 flu OK 它的字 OK yeah.
When H1N1 flu broke out, a Swedish medical team collaborated with our local A-Star team to come up with a vaccine for the flu. Such acts reflect the positive impacts of globalization as it shows how Singaporeans have benefited from the growth of MNCs and have their lives saved from the H1N1 flu, preventing the society from collapsing.
I don't understand why he make it wrong. Preventing the society from collapsing, which is not wrong. Remember just now we talked about collaboration, right? In our previous slide. We also, thanks to Yao Yi, you talk about crisis, right? Yes. You also talk, right? Remember just now you talk about crisis, huh? Right? So you can use here, you see? So you realize, anyway, his English is quite good. He has been with me for 5-6 years already. If I'm not mistaken, he got A2 or B3 for English for this. So you can see by doing so, it's like has a result, okay? Task, hence, and therefore. So the word to collaborate, you saw that, right? And then you give the example. Remember, in SRQ, you must give example. Okay, and then this Swedish, and this is correct, it's not wrong. So you have to read on that. I don't think this found in your textbook correctly if I'm wrong. Let's move on. Thanks for that. I will get next one, Liang Di.
I think that the negative impact is more significant as causes local Singapore to feel constantly stressed. With globalization, local companies can option to source for foreign PMETs. As for the same skill set, they can hire foreign PMETs at a cheaper cost. This causes Singaporean PMETs to have constantly worry that their job would be taken away, replaced by foreign talents. On top of economic worries, Singaporeans are worried that their local culture would vanish with recent years. The
Korean?
Oh, the Korean
wave. The Korean wave.
The Korean wave hit Singapore greatly, and what?
Seriously, I can't see also. And more and more.
Oh, and more and more Korean supermarkets are opening in Singapore. Locals are worried that one day, through
Homogenization,
Singapore might be
homogenization, sorry.
homogenization. Singapore might be practicing a Korean culture instead of our own local Singapore culture. Hence, such impacts of globalization will stress out Singaporeans as they are worried of their livelihood and identity being lost. I can tell from this.
This is
Wait,
okay.
Dylan still have to read.
No. This one is SPQ already. Sorry. So he got how many marks? For SRQ, 7 marks. So he got 5 marks for this one. Okay. And his conclusion did not have a good conclusions. So ladies and gentlemen, you saw, okay, this is a SRQ, Haitong. Okay, just be careful. Even he has been practicing for many months. Okay, in out. I remember the last 3 months of his prelim, and last year was damn bad. He's supposed to fly all the way to Indonesia to take part in the judo. Okay, judo. He can't do it, so sad, and he injured himself. He tried hard, and I think it's called a B3 also for social study. So B3 for humanities. So we're not sure whether social study or history that helps to pull him or pull down him. Okay, so you can see from here, wrote a lot, only got 2 points, which I disagree. This one should get at least 3 points, 3 to 4 points. But I don't know why this one too. This one, I don't agree that should get 5 points, maybe 4, maybe 5 points, yes. Because the conclusions did not, you see, this is only negative. I think that negative, but where is your conclusion? So where is a positive and negative? He's just saying like that only, this is a negative, the whole thing is negative. Therefore, he did not weigh. Therefore, I think the positive will outweigh the negative, because the positive impacts for Singapore is to ensure that more talented people will come into Singapore. Even though negative impacts may have some significant involvements to reduce the growth of Singapore. But because he did not, honestly, I told him, he did not talk about this one here. Because this is to do with the world. And this extract is Singapore, but how can this one? Because the world economies will affect Singapore. So the negative impact is that Singapore still have to depend of the involvement of others. So if other countries are not doing well, especially United States, then Singapore most likely will be a very hard hit. So our economies are heavily involved in USA. Of course, we heard this before, like Haitong. We do not put all eggs into one basket, right? But 虽然它分那个鸡蛋呢，有时分错也是完蛋，变成臭鸡蛋。So that is where, seriously, there are some investment in Singapore government that invest wrongly to certain MNC company. End up they pay the full and use they lost a lot, not thousands of millions, I think billions of dollars, our hard-earned money. But then the people will start scolding the government, saying no good, all these things. The government is not God now, right? Our parents also not God. Doesn't mean every time our parents say certain things, we will agree to them, but we respect them, correct now? Because at the end of the day, they are doing things for us, doing good for us, not to destroy us, 对不对，海彤？ Right？ 他不可能叫你逼你去嫁给一个70岁的老翁，对吗？那个是500年前的啊。Now it's different, right? So you get me now. So sometimes when you see this, I remember he did not mention all this here. So I'm just giving this not to because to 同业 not to 取笑他的作文，什么作文啊 the SRQ. I just want to show you, see, he wrote a lot, and you realize that you see another reason. Too bad. You know, when I draw these two lines, means that's it. There's no excuse to say that this is the pen off from here, and this is where he wrote this very good ATQ, right? I told you, right? Maybe I'll see answer the questions, right? 心宇，你看到哦，所以要小心，不要跟我讲你们没有时间写。For the Set 3 student, you're going to have tons of time to write. Okay, if you can talk so well, write it down. That you have to be synchronized with your brain and your hand to write. Okay, your aim is to go university. When you go to university, there is no chance to ask your professor, Prof, can you slow down your writing? Can you slow your talking? No way, unless you want to record it or you have to write shorthand. So you have to learn to write. No excuse, please. To come, same thing like doctors who you're still the same. You have to a lot of things to memorize. Okay, don't say concrete. Make this not concrete dreamer to become concrete. Always believe in yourself. If anyone laugh at you, you should say thank you. You give me more encouragement. True or not, Chelsea? 可以咩？你这种 pattern 可以做 doctor 咩？哎呦，我跟你讲，我不敢去找他。如果他是这样，不用紧。终有一天他来找你啊，你就会笑。Okay, believe in yourself. Okay, right. So that's very important. And yes, so this is the things that we need to share with you. So when you write, be careful. You see, you talk about positive and negative, end up you never say the conclusion. Ah, yeah, what a waste. But okay lah, not bad lah. To score 30 upon 50 is not so bad lah. Oh, right. So homeschool. Who is homeschool? Yeah, I don't like homeschool. By the way, Rachel, I just saw it. Okay, homeschool. There are Singapore doing that. Okay. Some people who don't, but it depends on the government whether they allow you to have homeschool. But usually they don't allow you to do homeschool.